But it says quadrilateral.
Yeah.
Means four-sided figure.
Yes.
You can go through the first question and then we will be discussing, right?
Okay.
Find out all the other angles inside the following rectangle. That's what they are asking, right?
Yes, ma'am. So in this, we have to like divide the like a rectangle into like triangles.
Yes, very good. Yes, you are right. So first we will be making a rectangle, right?
Yes.
And all properties that we feel that we can apply here, we will be going with those properties.
Yes, ma'am.
Now what it says, the two diagonals have been given to us, right?
Yes. So in this, we have to find the other angles also, and they have given like 30 degrees angle on like the side of the on like a half side.
Yes. I forgot to open my camera. Sorry. Am I visible?
Yes.
Okay. First we will be solving with the figure, right? What figure is given to us? They have given us 30 degree, right?
Rectangle.
It says
30
30
degree.
degree also. Yes, very good. Also, they have given these lines, these smaller lines, this, and this. And what angle is given to us? 30 degree. Right.
Yes.
So what are they asking? Find all the other angles inside the following rectangles. Okay. First, to check what is rectangle, we need to revise the properties, right? So what is the first
Mm.
property that corner angles are of 90 degree? We can give a quick go through to all the properties, right? So I'm writing it on the right hand side. What are the properties of rectangle?
So each angle, like each side has an angle of 90 degrees,
Corner
and
angles, right? Yes,
yeah,
very good.
corner
Corner
angles are 90 degrees, and opposite
angles are
sides are equal.
good. Opposite sides are equal. And what is diagonals bisect at 90 degree, right? That is also the case.
Yes, the diagonals bisect at 90.
For the rectangle, it bisect at 90 degree usually. Because bisect each other means 90 degree itself, right? Diagonals bisect at 90 degree usually, right? Okay. Now what is given? Find all the other angles inside the following rectangles. So what we can do, we need to find all the angles inside the given rectangle. So first we can name them. Suppose this is our first angle, the angle that is already given. 1, 2, 3. I'm labeling them, right?
Yes.
Labeling, sorry, I have done. I'm giving them numbers so that there is no confusion. 4, 5, 6. Because they are asking for all the angles. 7, 8, 9. What else is there? 10, 11, 12. 10, 11, and 12. So which one should I start with? Have the center angle? No. See, they haven't given us any center angle, so we will suppose it so that we don't have any confusion. I am taking it as O. Is that fine? Suppose they
Yes.
are the diagonals are bisecting at O. This labeling I have done. So which triangle, you had already told me that we will be going with the triangles, which is correct. Very good. So which triangle should we pick first? I think this one, where the reading is already given. Am I
Yes.
right? Yes, this one. ABAOB. Okay. So I'll be going with the AOB that I have just shaded. Okay, I have highlighted it with in blue. I have highlighted it in blue. So what is that? Triangle AOB. AOB. Now, can you tell me if this angle 1 is 30°, so what would be angle 2? Angle 1 is already given to us, right? See.
Ma'am, it will also be 30 degrees.
Yes, very good. How is that? Can you explain? Very good. Angle 1 given to us as 30°, which is already given. You said angle 2 is also 30°. So can you give any explanation for this one?
And because it is an alternate opposite angle of
Yes,
30
very good.
degrees of 1.
Yes, yes. Means isosceles triangle we are having, right? Angles opposite to equal sides. You can, what reason we can give? Angles opposite to equal sides, right? And during
Yeah.
geometry or this thing, we always have to give reasoning, right? If it is this, why is it like this? That's how means in statement. So we will be writing angles, which is correct. You said angles opposite to equal sides, which is correct. Very good. Angles opposite to equal sides are always equal, right?
Yes.
To opposite equal sides, because sides are also equal. So we will be writing angles opposite to equal opposite sides are always equal. Now, can you tell me what would be third angle? I'm scrolling back again. See, we got
So
one angle, two angle.
we'll now use the angle sum property. So like all the angles of a triangle should add up to 180. So we'll do 30. We'll take 3 as x and we'll do 30 plus 30 plus x equals to 180, and then we'll solve it. So that's gonna be
Yes, very good. So how we will be writing? You said angle sum property, which is fine. It's correct. Angle A plus angle O plus angle B will be giving a sum of 180° angle sum property of a triangle that you said, right? Angle sum
yes property.
property of a triangle. Very good. Of a triangle is 180°. And what were the angles? 30 this. You said take it as x and then 30°, right?
Yes.
So if I
So
writing x you can write in diagram also. Or if you want to write 3 I'm not using because otherwise there will be confusion between figures, right?
yes.
Yes. As you said x, so I'm taking x, right? 30 plus 30 would be 60. X plus
Mhm.
60, x degree. I should use a degree, right? 180°. So x degree would be what? 180 minus 60°. So we will be having what angle? 120°. And that is equals
120.
to what? Angle O. So we got all the angles, right?
Yes.
Of one triangle. Now, which one you want to solve?
A triangle BOC.
Yes. How you are going to solve it?
So now angle. So now
Okay.
30.
Yes.
We know that 2 is 30. So and the corner angle should be equal to 90 degrees. So we have to do 30 plus 4, which is angle 4, equals to 90 degrees. So we'll then take
Yes,
30.
very good. You are right. Good.
Yeah.
Very good. You said corner angles of a rectangle are of 90°. So if we go with complete angle B, we will be getting 90°. But it has been bisected by the diagonal, right? It is already bisected by a diagonal. So it is having two angles now, angle 2 and angle 4. So angle 2 is already with us. We need to find angle 4. So you said if I subtract 30 from 90, we will be getting 4, right? Very good.
Yes.
So how we can do that? We will be writing angle B. Since angle B is equal to 90°, right? We all know because it is a rectangle. So in short, I am writing a reason rectangle, right? Figure is a rectangle or corner angle you can write. And you said, what is that? Angle 2 plus angle 4 is equal to 90°. For 2, we are already having readings 30°. 90 and angle 4 is equal to 90 minus 30. So 4 is equal to 60°. 90 minus 30, that is 60, right?
Yes.
Is it fine? So what we got?
So angle 4 is equal to
Yes. What we got?
uh
Can you hear me?
yes, ma'am.
Angle 4. What angle we got?
Can you scroll up again one more time?
Angle 4 we got is 60 degree, right?
So, ma'am, can you again like tell me why would we take angle 2? Wait, was angle 2 like
Okay.
within the
Diagram.
first triangle?
Yes.
Yeah, can you
Yes.
show me the diagram?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, okay, understood. I got confused.
Understood. Do you want me to highlight angle B
No,
from
ma'am, it's okay.
inside?
No, ma'am, I understood.
Okay. You know the symbol already. Yes, this is 90 degree, right? We
Yes.
make a square
So
thing to show 90 degree,
now
right?
4 is also like 4 is 60 degrees, so even 5 will be equal to 60 degree because they are um angles on the opposite sides, on the equal opposite sides. And now again to find 6, they have to be equal to 180. So 60 plus 60 will be 120. 6 will be um 100
You're
and
right. Means same procedure will be followed as we did in angle AOB, right?
yes.
Right. Okay. Now, can you relate angle 9 and angle 4? Suppose if I ask you, okay, from angle 4 directly, tell me the reading of angle 9 means pink angles. Can you find any of the pink angles from this green ones? I'll be giving you one hint. You had last time we had discussed alternate angles and all, right? Z and all. So, is there any
Yes.
relation between green angle and pink angle?
They are on the same side of no.
Yes. See, you have just told me that opposite sides are equal, and if they are equal, they must be parallel also, right? So, can I write this arrow? Can I make this arrow DC is parallel to AB, right? So, you are right that they are equal. Now, what is the condition here? How we can relate 9 with 4? Since the lines are parallel. Are they making any
So they
Z?
are
See,
they
I'm
are like
highlighting.
on the in alternate interior.
It's very good. I'm highlighting
Okay.
the Z, right? So, what is the relation? Is there any relation between green and pink, or there is a relation between pink and orange that you need to judge? Relate pink with green or pink with orange? What do you think?
I think it can. I think it will be pink with orange because it is there.
Yes, because we are already having angle 2, right? That is 30 degree.
Yes.
So if angle 2 is 30, angle line would also be 30. Reason you have already given alternate interior angles, right?
Yes.
Fine. Now, is there any other relation from the same angles?
We can do
Have taken opposite Z, right?
green and yellow.
No, from the same angles I'm asking. So far you have related 2 with 9, right? This is the opposite Z. Now if you go with the proper Z, see I'm highlighting it in green. I'm highlighting the line in green. Z I'm highlighting, right?
Yes.
Can you see the Z in green? Now you can think of. I'll be tackling it more. Yes. Can you see any Z, green Z here?
Yes, ma'am. So now we can do pink and orange.
Very good. You are right. Very good. Which pink and orange? One pink and orange you have already
Seven,
associated with each other. Yes, very good.
se-
7
7
and
and
1.
1. And ma'am,
Yes.
8 and 3 are also like a vertically opposite angles. So like they
Yes,
will
very
also
good.
be equal.
Yes, that also is one thing. Yes. And what else is there? Now we have to go with yellow ones. So is now you can think of, can you relate these yellow angles with any of the given colors? Here also you can go with the alternate, because see, earlier we had taken DC and AB as parallel, and since it is a rectangle, so we will be having DA and BC also parallel to each other. Am I right? So we can go with Z's of these also. So I'm highlighting one Z in blue. Then you can relate. Okay. Can you see this thick line of blue in blue?
So,
Yes. Now can you think of angles? What angle we can relate with each other?
we can do f- 4 and 10 and 11 and 5.
4 and 10. Yes, very good. 4 and 10 would be alternate interior angles since AD is parallel to BC, and 11 and 5. Very good. So whatever is 11, the same would be 5. And how we will be getting 11? This you have already told for 2 and 4. Same property we will be using since the corner angles are 90 degrees. So if one is 30, that is understood that 11 would be 90 minus 30, right? Corner angle property, right?
Yes.
So me same procedure will be followed. So do you want me to write further steps? I've got the idea of all the angles, right? Means you most of the answer you already have yourself have given me, right? Answers. So do you want me to write, or will you be able to write? Elaborate
Ma'am,
them.
I'll be able to write.
Okay. If still you will be having any doubt in any, you can ask me, right? Okay. And for every angle you simply have to write the property, what property you have followed. Okay, this much is to be followed. Okay, got it?
Yes.
Okay, should
And
I jump on to next then?
in like this, we even have to like first give the given one, and then like we have to like prove it, right? Like that.
Yes, to prove. First we write to prove, and when we will be proving, so it will become proof. Do you know that?
Yes, ma'am.
Before proving, we use the word prove, right? And after that, we use prove whenever we will be starting with the answer. Yes, very good. You are right. We need to write first what is given, what is to find, and rest of the things. Very good. Because that things also count the marks, right? Okay. Now, shall we start with second one?
Yes, ma'am.
You can read second, and then we will be discussing what is given and what is true. Or a quadrilateral whose diagonals have equal lengths of 8 centimeter that bisect each other. Okay, first you go through the property, go through the question, and think of what we can do here. Yes. What do you think? What we are supposed to do in second question?
So, ma'am, the second question is like the draw a quadrilateral one, on like the second part of the question.
Draw a quadrilateral whose diagonals have equal lengths of 8 centimeter that bisect each other and intersect at an angle of 30 degree. See, they said draw a quadrilateral, right? They haven't given us what quadrilateral, because quadrilateral could be any four-sided figure. It could be rectangle, rhombus, parallelogram, etc. Right? So they said, okay, draw a quadrilateral whose diagonals have equal lengths of 8 centimeter that bisect each other. So first we need to understand the meaning of bisect, right? They have already given equal lengths of 8 centimeter, means equal diagonals are given to us. And whenever, do you know, whenever diagonals are equal, what is that figure? Equal diagonals. That is rectangle. Understood?
Rectangle. Yes.
Whenever we have equal diagonals, that is rectangle, usually, right? Okay. Now, they said have equal lengths of 8 centimeter that bisect each other. Okay, they are bisecting. Now, what is the meaning of bisecting? Means the sides would be equal. Bisecting means if two diagonals would be intersecting at common point, so they would be equal to each other. They said both diagonals are of 8 centimeter, right? What reading is given to us? 8 centimeter. So if they said bisect means we have to divide it into two halves, right? So what would be the first reading? 4 centimeter, 4 centimeter, right? For the second one also it would be 4 centimeter and 4 centimeter. Am I right?
Yes.
Is it fine? Can I do
No.
it like this? Understood? Bisect.
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay. Now what are they asking?
Uh,
Draw have equivalence 8 centimeter. Yes. You can tell.
yes.
If you want to say something, you can tell.
No,
You
ma'am.
can say. Okay, and intersect at an angle of 30-degree. Now, what is the twist here? That we have to twist, right? At an angle of 30-degree means here we are supposed to bisect the angles at 30-degree. So, how we can start our construction? The best thing is to first make a diagonal, right? Or draw a diagonal. And what is the length of diagonal? Usually, we draw diagonals like this, right? But here, since diagonal is the base through which we will be making our entire figure. So first, whenever you do construction, first you need to make a rough diagram. So let's analyze how it can look like, right? They said two diagonals are there. Okay, very good. We have made diagonals. I'm making just rough diagram over here. Okay,
Okay.
to do analysis, what we can do. They said they bisect each other, means 4, 4, 4, 4. Bisect means they will be cutting each other in two equal halves. Now they said and intersect at an angle of 30-degree. So we are supposed to draw an angle of 30-degree over here. Right? Anywhere you can plot 30-degree. 30-degree, 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 30-degree. So I'm taking one angle just to show, okay, 30-degree. Now how we can do that? See, here the diagonals are tilted. But whenever you will be plotting the actual figure, you have to start with the diagonal. Whenever we do construction, we first need to check, okay, what is the appropriate reading over here, that is diagonal. So I'm not making it diagonally, means I'm going with the straight line to make a diagonal, right? See, I have made one green line. This would be your diagonal reading, 8 centimeter. Understood this much?
Okay.
So when they said they bisect each other, so means this would be 4 and this would be 4. Now they said they are bisecting each other at 4. So first you need to check the midpoint of the angle. Line, sorry. Suppose this is the midpoint and I'm naming this line segment as AB. Okay, this you can name as O. From O, you will be putting your this thing compass, means whatever you feel comfortable with. If you are comfortable with compass, then also you can do, or with D. Okay, is that fine?
Yes.
So what we can do, I'm going with compass, right? First you will be inserting the pencil in the compass. This we all know, right? So what you can do, you can open this thing 30-degree over there, right? And you can
Okay.
plot 30-degree. But with compass, we cannot plot directly. First we need to do what?
Measure.
Yes. With compass, it would be difficult for you. First you have to do plot this, like this, like this. Understood? If you are comfortable, you can go with compass, but for the timing, I'm telling you with D, right? Here you can put the D over here. Do you know how to put D?
Yes, ma'am.
Whatever would
At
be the center, yes, whatever would be the center point of D. Suppose I'm making a rough D over here, right? So this center point you will be inserting on this, right? Understood?
yes.
This center point only. And what readings you will be going with? We usually have two readings, right? First reading and second reading. So while writing the reading, we go with the inner line, inner curve. Okay. Suppose you are getting 30-degree over here and you have put your D over here, right? So suppose you are getting 30-degree over here. So you will put a dot over here. Got it?
Yes.
Now what else you can do here? You will be plotting a line here. Here you got 30-degree. This much. And see, I can't directly do 30-degree. I can't plot it directly or join the points. First, I need to check arc also. Otherwise, what we could have done, we could have directly joined the points. But one more condition is there. We need not only have to plot 30 degree, we have to go with an arc of line of 4 centimeter. Understood? So suppose now you can open the compass up to 4 centimeter on a scale, and suppose you are getting a reading of 4 over here. You will put your compass on this yellow dot, right? And from there you
Yes.
will be making an arc. Got that? This dot was for 30 degree. This dot is for 4. Are you getting that? Now we are getting both. We are getting the direction of 30 degree, our angle. Also, you got the arc measuring 4. So suppose I am joining it like this. So the next line, and you can name it for your knowledge. Suppose A, B, C. I'm naming this arc as C. Right? So this would be the main point now. Now you won't be joining it with 30 since the direction angle is not changed. Only we have just shortened the length of this thing angle, right? Arc of this arm of the angle. We have shortened the arm.
Yeah.
We haven't shortened the angle, right? So this C point would be your actual point. Now what you are supposed to do? Can I write here as 4? Will that be fine if I write 4 over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Now we can join the lines, right? And since it is a diagonal, so you will be joining it like this. This point, this point. Also, you will be extending it further. Understood?
Yes.
From here also, you will be extending the line up to 4 centimeter. And then you will join the points like this, and this. Are you getting me? Wait,
Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am.
little bit I have. So you will be getting a proper rectangle over here. Understood? Means you will be extending 4 from here also. Since the diagonals are bisecting each other. Got that?
Yes.
And first, if you don't know how to join, first you will be extending the diagonal. If right hand side is 4, so downwards also it would be 4. First, you need to complete the diagonal 4, 4. Okay. Then you will be getting this line, 2 points. This and this. Got it? And if you need whether you are getting a proper by observation, we can also say. Otherwise, you can check whether it is of 90 degree or not, corner angle. Okay.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes.
Understood the point. Means you have to take diagonal as base, then you will be plotting 30 degree angle, and on 30 degree angle you have to make an arc of 4. So that would be the actual point. Once you will get arc of 4, from there you will start joining the points. Suppose you got the point C, so now it is easy for us since we are getting the dots for both the line segments AC and BC. So we will be getting half of a rectangle, and half of the rectangle we can get by extending the diagonal part, right? We have just half of the diagonal. So further, if you will extend it to 4 centimeter, you will get one more point. You can label it as A, B, C, D, right? Like this. Generally, we go anti-clock or clock, but since I have already used C, so I'm writing it as D. Okay? No issues, right? Got that?
Yes, I got it.
Understood how to do construction. And whenever you will be doing construction, you have to write construction points also. And for the next one, this is just a first part, right? Only one part of this. Same procedure you have to follow for 40 degree, 90 degree, 140 degree, and this is optional whether you want to go with the compass or with D. Do you know what angles are plotted with compass? Do you have any idea?
Not sure.
Yes, what do you think? You can name you can tell me readings for any angles.
Like or obtuse.
Yes, means can we plot 30 degree with compass? Yes, right?
Yes.
And
We
15
can
degree
even
angle
do
also.
do a reflex also, because like the inner one even shows the reflex.
What else? See, if I go with the table of 15, right? Means whatever readings are there for 15 table, that would be covered with compass, right? 15 times 1 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. So if you want to plot the compass, you can go with the table of 15. Is that fine? So whatever readings come under the table of 15, that can be plotted through compass. Got it? Generally, sometimes students have confusion in this also. Okay, can I plot 40 with compass? Not for all those who are beginners, right? Means in junior classes, we usually have doubt which angle we can plot. Can we plot 90? Yes, since it comes under the table of 15, right? Also 140 degree not possible, right? Like this. Got it? So whatever angles you are comfortable in plotting with compass or D, anyway you can draw, right? Is that fine? So second, third and part is your homework. Means same
Yeah.
procedure you need to follow. Diagonal would be same, reading for the diagonal is same. It's just you have to go with 40, 90, 140, right? Okay, next. Consider a now you can read question number third, right?
Yes. So consider a circle with center 0. Then line segments PL and AM are two perpendicular diameters of the circle. What is the figure of APML?
Two perpendicular diameters of the circle. Consider a circle with center O. Okay. We will follow the steps, right? Because we don't know what they are asking for in actual. So first we will go with the steps, whatever they are asking.
Yes.
Let me insert this. I'll insert a circle here. Is there any circle? This we got. From this we get a proper circle, right? What happened? Wait. And I'm inserting. Should have drawn it like this. Yes, can you see the circle?
Yes.
Is it looking like a circle or should I stretch
No,
it
just
inside? Okay. Now, what are they asking? You have been given a circle. Consider a circle with center O. Okay. We have to take center O for this one. Now, next, line segments PL and AM are two perpendicular diameters of the circle. PL and AM are the two diameters, but they are perpendicular to each other. So what does that mean? If two diagonals are there and if they are perpendicular means they will be bisecting at 90 degree. Got that?
yes.
One diameter. We all know that diameter passes through center of the circle, right? So one diameter and
The
second
second.
diameter, right? Now they said PL and AM. Okay, we will label it also. PL and then they said AM. I'm going with different color so that we can identify easily. A and M. Now what they said? What is the figure APML? APML. Reason or experiment to figure this out. Okay. Now they are asking if you join the points APML, what figure we will
Yes.
be getting. So I'm following your steps. As you said, first we write given. So what is given to us? One circle. Or they have asked us to plot a circle with center O. So this we can write in given because they have given us hint. Circle with center O.
Okay.
Center
Yes.
we are center we are supposing ourselves. Any center we can take, right? So next is what? What is the figure for APML? If you join points this. So what is to find? To find figure APML is what? To find I have written it. Figure APML is what? What do you think now? What we can do here? Okay, if they are asking for figure, let's join the points first, right? And this I'll be doing in dots because whatever is not given and whatever we do on our own, generally we plot it in dots, right? To show, okay, this we have done, they haven't given us to do this, right? They haven't told us to do this, but we are doing. They simply had asked us, okay, what is APML? So we are, since we are joining them, so I'll be constructing it in dots. Do you know the meaning of dots? Na?
Yes.
Means we are doing it on our own. Okay.
So
Now what do
it
you?
can be a quadrilateral. It is a quadrilateral, and its diagonals bisect each other at 90 degrees.
Very good. By observation, what do you think? Will it be a rectangle or a square?
Uh, it it can be uh,
I guess, right?
a square.
Yes. It could be a square because all, to me, all sides are looking similar, right?
Yeah, it's
So
mostly a square because like this is not like mathematical logic, but like rectangles don't actually fit in a circle.
what what
Then like,
what doesn't fit here?
a rectangle can't
Yes,
actually like
yes.
fit in
Yes, you
a
are right.
circle.
Yes, very good.
Yeah.
You are right. Okay. So see, by observation, we have judged that it has to be this thing square, right? So if I write it as a square, so first I need to check the properties for square, right? So
Yes.
what we need to prove here to make it a square, first we need to show that all the sides are equal. Am I right?
Yes. All the
Means
sides.
we have to satisfy some conditions to prove that for us or to us it is looking like a square. Okay. So first we have to prove that all the sides are equal. Also you said we can say okay diagonals are intersecting at 90 degree, or what else is there, corner angle should be 90 degree, right? If we prove these
Yes.
things that sides are equal, corner angles are of 90 degree, so we can easily prove that it is a square, right? Am I right?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
It would be a square.
Yes. Shall we start with the points then? Right. I'll insert a page here. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So how we can prove this thing first? First we will be writing proof. Okay, I'm writing proof. And
Yes.
what is there? I'm going back to the figure. First we will be proving the sides are equal. How I can do that? Can you think how we can prove sides are equal? See, whenever we plot whenever we plot this diagonals or diameters, right? They said diameters. Also, they have given us diameters are bisecting. So bisecting means what? They are bisecting at 90 degree. They are cutting each
Yeah.
other at 90 degree, that we can say. So if they are cutting each other means we will be getting quadrants. Am I right? Quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. This area is called quadrant.
Quadrilateral.
Right?
Yes.
This is also a sector, but since it is of 90 degrees, so we are not using the word sector. What is sector? Basically, the region between two radius and an arc. But here we are using the word quadrant since we are having 90-degree angle, right? So first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, and fourth quadrant means four halves of a circle, right? Now, if these quadrants are equal, since the diameters are bisecting each other, right? So arcs would also be equal, right? So can I say AP arc is equal to PM
Uh, yes, we
and
can because it is.
PM is equal to ML? Means all the arcs are equal. But I am joining them, so I am going in that order, right? Means all the arcs are equal to each other. Is that fine? Why are they
Yes.
equal? Because the quadrants are equal, right? Have you understood what are quadrants?
With
If you are dividing the circle into four equal halves, that too with an angle of 90 degree, you will be getting quadrants, right? So if the
quadrilateral.
quadrants are equal,
Yes.
see, I have written Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4, right? Generally, we go anti-clock. So this, and this are equal. So if the quadrants are equal, and that is understood that they are arcs would also be equal. So can I write AP is equal to PM is equal to ML is equal to AL? And now since the arcs are equal, so chords would also be equal, right?
What
What are
will
the,
can you?
yes, codes? See, what are the codes here? AP, PM, LM, and AL, right? I'll be making
Okay.
codes here
Yes.
in the rough diagram. The rough diagram that I have just made, right?
Yes.
EM is the first code. Region
PM,
between, yes.
AP, ML, and EL.
And we all know what is code. Whenever you will be joining any 2 points on the circle, not from the middle of the circle, but from any position, right? Provided the two
Yes.
points are on the arc of the circle. So whenever you will be joining 2 points on the arc of the circle, that would be your code, right? Provided they don't pass from this thing, from the middle of the circle. Otherwise, it would be diameter, sorry, right? PM is the first code, LM is the second code, AL is the third code, right? And AP is the fourth code. CHORD it is, right? This arcs are equal, so codes would also be equal. And once the codes are equal, means the sides. And for, see, for circle, they are codes, but for the given figure, square, which is not yet proved square, okay, quadrilateral, you can say. For quadrilateral, what are these codes? For quadrilaterals, we will be using the word sides. Understood? So if codes are equal, that is understood that the sides would automatically be equal. So one property we are satisfied with, right? We have
Yes.
justified PM is equal to ML is equal to AL is equal to AP, right? But that is not the case, that if all the sides are equal, it would be a square, because it could be rhombus also. So first, what reasoning we are giving, you can write down your steps. First, you say proved that quadrants are equal, right? We have 4 quadrants. So first you can write what first steps you followed. You got 4 quadrants, right? You
Yeah.
constructed four
For
quadrants, or you can say I bisected 2 diameters, and what I got in return, 4 quadrants, right? And since the quadrants are equal, so since quadrants are equal, which is usually the case, right? Quadrants are equal, so arcs are also equal. So arcs are
uh,
also
also.
equal. And once the arcs are equal, once the arcs are equal, would also be equal, right?
Earth will also be equal. Yes.
And these are all points of circle only, right? Now we had to prove that sides are equal. And for circle, they are chords, but for given figure quadrilateral, they are sides. So we can say once chords are equal, means you can write in your own language, but here I am writing it in simple language that we usually use, right? Once chords are equal, so you can say sides are also equal, right? Got that? This understood this much?
Yes, ma'am. Understood.
Okay, very good. Now we will be going with this thing. We have proved, okay, all the sides of the given quadrilateral are equal, but in rhombus also we are having equal sides, right? So how can we judge that it is a square? And how we differentiate it, because the diagonals were bisecting each other. Bisect means they are cutting them each other at what, 90 degree. Whenever we use the word bisect, that also I'll explain what we usually mean with bisect word. First we need to understand this thing, right? They said bisect. Suppose this is the
But
diameter, one horizontal line, and is intersected by one vertical line, right? So if
yes.
I say they are bisecting each other, what does that mean? AB, and second one is CD,
CD.
right? CD. So if I say they bisect each other, means they cut each other into equal halves. Also, they will be given an angle of 90 degree from the center. Understood? That is called bisect. Got the meaning? Also, you can
Yes.
write this. This also would be equal, right? So that is called bisect. So we need to prove what? Now we need to prove, if you want to prove that the given figure is square. And yeah, first what we were discussing, how we got to know that it is not a rhombus, it is a square. This is the basic difference between rhombus and square, right? Generally, the
Yes.
diagonals are equal. Well, if you have to identify, what students usually say, okay, rhombus is little bit tilted, sides are this slanting, so that is rhombus. And if the sides are straight, that is square, which is not the actual case, right? How you can differentiate? You will simply be telling, okay, if the diagonals are equal, that would be a square. But if the diagonals are unequal, that would be a rhombus, because we know that for rhombus and square, sides are always equal. So how can we differentiate? Through diagonals. If diagonals are equal, means that is a square. That's how we judged that in the circle, whatever figure is given right now, that is a square, because the diagonals are equal. Got me?
Yes. Okay. Yeah.
Understood?
Got it.
How we judged that it is a square? Because diagonals are equal. Okay. Now we need to prove second property. Corner angles are 90 degree. How we can prove corner angles are 90 degree? For that, I'll be using one property here. Okay. I'm taking just half of a circle, APM. Suppose I'm taking this much part only.
Okay.
APM. APM. And what is the rule? Whenever any angle is plotted on the semicircle, it is always of 90 degree. Angle in a semicircle is of 90 degree. Got it? This property you will be using. So if you will be having any triangle, not sorry, what I have written angle, it should be triangle.
Triangle.
Triangle. By mistake, I wrote triangle. Right? Triangle in
Yes.
a semicircle. Yes, no. Angle 90 degree we are discussing about. Yes, we were right. Angle we are talking, right? 90 degrees angle. We were right. Angle. Okay, angle in a semicircle is of 90 degree. Right?
90
No.
degrees.
Yes, we were right. Yeah, ultimately we will be getting triangle, but it is this, right? Now we will be going back to all the angles that we got. First, we will be checking our first semicircle. What is our first semicircle? APM is the first semicircle, right? So what 90 degree angle would be there? Angle P. Reason you already know. Angle in a
Yes.
semicircle. So
Yes.
angle P would be of 90 degree, right? Now you can go with the another semicircle angle. Suppose I am taking this one. PML, right? Now what is PML? Here also we are getting one angle 90 degree. Understood. Now we are taking
90
the
degrees.
vertical, yes, vertical semicircle. Understood. How is it
Yes.
looking? PML is looking like a D, right? The semicircle we are
Yes.
taking. So here we got what angle as 90 degree? M.
M.
Reason would be same, right? Angle in a semicircle. Now
Yes.
next semicircle that we are getting is ALM. So here what angle we are getting in a semicircle, that is L, right? ALM. Got it? Now if we go with the next semicircle, again we will be getting D, but opposite D, right? Like this, you can say. So here also we are getting what? One angle A, that would be of 90 degree. Means for all the angles, corner angles, you would be using the same property, angle in the semicircle. Now, all angles are of 90 degree that are lying in a semicircle. But for us, if we go with the quadrilateral, they are not the semicircle angles, they are corner angles. If we go with the quadrilateral, if we talk about circle, they would be the angles in the semicircle. But if we jump on to the given quadrilateral, they would be corner angles. So hence proved all corner angles are of 90 degree. Am I right?
90 degrees.
Is that fine? Also, the diagonals they have already given in the very beginning, that diagonals or diameters are bisecting each other, dividing in equal halves, right? Dividing each other in equal halves.
Equal halves.
So all the properties are satisfied here. So we can say that the given figure or the figure that we will be plotting on the circle would be a square. Fine. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, should I write the points or you will elaborate it further on your own?
Ma'am, I can elaborate.
Yes. Means same thing you have to write for each angle, right? For one angle we have already written, and with another semicircles you can carry on with the same property. Okay. Now we are done with this one. What is the next question? Okay. Now you can read question 4. Have you understood how to do this? Should I start with fourth then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. It's just we need to know properties. Once we are familiar with the properties, then these questions are not difficult, right? I'm checking the question numbers. Have I written the correct question numbers, right? Okay, you can start reading fourth, right?
Yes, ma'am. So fourth one is we have seen how to get 90 degrees using paper folding. Now suppose we do not have any paper but two sticks of equal length and a thread. How can we make exactly 90 degrees using these?
What do you think? How can you get? Yes. Do you have any idea? They said we have seen how to get 90-degree using paper folding. Now suppose we don't have any paper but two sticks of equal length and a thread. How do we make an exact 90-degree using these? Okay. We are having two sticks of equal length. So we can stick them together. Okay. Of equal length. Suppose one stick is of pink color and one is of yellow. I'll be making a diameter. Are they looking equal? Yes. Right. Now what they said, you are having a thread. This much is given. One pink stick, one yellow stick. Okay. Now what is given? Only thread. And from thread you have to make a 90-degree angle. Since we have joined, we have sticked two sticks together. So we can get the middle point of this, right? This thing. Now what you can do with the thread? You can insert it here, right?
Yes, we can.
We can stick it here, whatever thread we are having. And first I'll be writing the name of the line segment. Suppose it these are the specified ratings, so we can go with the line segment, right? Now you will be stretching the thread. Suppose I am having this white thread, okay? From here you will stick the thread, and from center you will stretching it to A, or you can stretch it from B, your choice, right? Understood? From center you will stretching the thread, and you will keep on stretching it till you get a semicircle like this. Are you getting it?
Yes.
Are you getting my point? This way you have to stretch like this, right? So once you will be done with this, what you will be getting? They
We'll
said
get
you have to,
like half of the circle.
yes, half
So
of the circle. And what are they asking for? And a thread, how do we make an exact 90-degree using this?
90 degrees.
Yes, what do you think? How can we get 90-degree? We know that in a semicircle, what angle is there? 90-degree. So if we go with this, what we will be getting? 90-degree angle, right? Means if you further will be stretching the thread inside the semicircle, what you will be getting? 90-degree angle. Am I right? Are you getting that?
Oh, yes, ma'am. 90 degrees. Sorry, I was.
And what reason we can give here? For this, what
Uh,
reason you can give? Angle in a semicircle, right?
Yes, angle in a semicircle.
Way you can do, right? Means we have to use only thread and sticks. So first you will stick the given two sticks. Okay, you will join them together, and then you will go with the center point of the sticks. From there you will there in the center you will stick that thread, and from there you will be stretching the thread, and then you will be going with the semicircle like this. And once you will get the semicircle, further you can stretch on the thread from here. See, like this we can stretch the thread. Better I change the color. We will keep on stretching the thread like this. Done from B, then from B to O. Suppose I'm giving it O name. And from O to A. Got
A.
it? So what we will be getting a 90 degree. I should have made it in white. You
Yes.
might be thinking how we got this green line when we don't have any other line. So from thread you have to do all this thing. So once you will be stitching your thread like this, but you will be getting an angle on a semicircle, and we all know that once we plot any angle on semicircle, it is of what? 90 degree. Simple. Got it now?
Yes.
Angle in a semicircle
Angle in a semicircle. Yes.
of 90 degree. That's what they were asking, right?